Welcome to Canvas Projects, a virtual program offering from the Pflugerville Public Library. I'm Meg Miller, an Adult Services Librarian, here with another fun project geared to ages 12 and up for you to complete. Those who registered through the library calendar can pick up their material supply kits, and for everyone else watching, we hope you give these techniques a try. This month's project is a bubble canvas. So let's start with a look at the supplies being provided. So in our envelope this month, you have just two things. You have a little Ziploc bag, hopefully to keep our bubbles contained. You have 4 different colors of the bubbles. Now yours have a star on top. Wonderful Miss Carmen allowed me to get these from her so I could do our test runs and so that I could actually make us extra kits for this month. And then we have an 8x10 canvas panel. I think you could do this on a standard stapled canvas or any size or any shape canvas. This one is just a lot of fun. So we really did just take these little individual bubble tubes here. So they got bubble solution in them, and I just added food coloring. So I got the Bee Sprinkling neon food coloring. So you've got pink, green, blue, and purple that were just added to the bubble solution. I did use 10 drops per tube to hopefully get a good saturation of that color. You can see I don't really need anything else. I have covered my work surface here. You could do this outside. The food coloring is a little stainy. I did have some on my arm the other day as I was filling the tubes, but it washed off after a while. And when I made my example, there did get some on the table, but it wiped off fairly easily. So I'm just going to try to stay pretty close to my canvas. I've got this paper down just to kind of help catch any additional bubbles. So you're just going to open your tubes, pick a color, and blow some bubbles to get that color onto the canvas. Now I want to make sure that I've actually got it in. There we go. Okay, so there's my first. So as I get a full bubble pop on there, but I'm also getting some splatter, which just adds to the design and is pretty cool. Getting those good pops, and I like how I'm on this version, I'm kind of getting a design, getting those, and a lot of my bubbles are going away. So you can see up here I've gotten some. So as I said, make sure you're covering your workspace. And there, that one, I was so close that it popped right in. So let's go with another color. I could allow this to dry a little bit in between, but they don't seem to blend too badly, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, that turned out, that was a great one. I know for a fact I could not paint circles as well as our little bubbles are getting onto the canvas there. And I can go ahead and rotate the canvas. So I had been blowing bubbles along this way, so we're getting kind of those. Now let's take our purple. I'm just giving it a little shake to make sure that food coloring is really mixed in. And kind of blow back across the canvas this way. It's a little bit more of a splatter on a lot of these than the bubbles. If I blow slowly to try and get oh, that was cool. Oh, and it didn't even pop in a circle because that one had grown so big. There. All right. I can also use just the wand to kind of do a spritz, and that'll give me some of those dots with a little bit more pigment than what are coming out of the tube itself. The green looks a little lighter, but when it pops down on the canvas, it is pretty neon. I can also bring the canvas closer to my bubbles. A little bit more, although this is I'd much rather be holding the tube just in case. Very cool. Very reminiscent to me of kind of those 80s splattery little fun paintings. So I'm just going to splatter a little here too with this green. And try and get a really good, that blue, just so vibrant. That one didn't have a ton of bubbles in it. This is a great project where you could kind of go and come back and go and come back. Oh, there we go, yeah. Getting that good green there. Do some layers. Let's come back in with more red at this point. Pink, I'm sorry, at this point. Yeah. Very cool. So again, this project is one of those where you really just kind of go for it. It's got a bit of an abstract look to it. Something like this you could use as a background on this canvas. You could later come through with, I mean, any number of things. If you've got leftover acrylic paints, add a design on top. If you've got markers or pens, you could add like a name. Even vinyl, if you've got access to a vinyl cutter, you could do a vinyl design and just put it on and just have this be the design on back. Get a little more blue. Oh, very cool. And that one, we can really see how that layers. So you've got just a little pink bubble underneath. Then we had another blue bubble and then a big bubble there. Let's see if I can get a purple bubble on top. I don't know. There, yeah. Now I've got that at the end there. Awesome. And as always, we love to see your version and how your canvases come out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next month.